Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the explanation. Okay, so in one of my videos where it said the initial you get is a fake friend, I got the letter V, which was actually extremely accurate. I was very surprised. First try. And I said I would explain. So I'm here to explain why. Because most people just leave it at the initial is a fake friend and they don't elaborate. But I want to elaborate to give you guys to share my personal experience with fake friends. I've had a lot. Okay. I'm currently on the bus off to choral assessment, so it's going to be loud. My friends are all here. So basically, I am a dancer. I used to be on a dance team called, I don't know if I want to dox the name. Actually, you know what I do? I used to be on a dance team called Elite Dance Team. I don't care anymore. They suck. Anyway, and I had this friend. I'm not going to dox her name. Let's just call her V. Because that's the initial that I got. I had this friend named V. And I had a ton of other friends. We're going to call one of them and a bully. I had a bully. We're going to call her K. We're going to call my friend K.A. We're going to call one of my friends K.A., J, J-U, E, and B. We're going to call them that. Okay. So, basically, K, I was being bullied by a girl who was younger than me named K. Actually, we're going to call her by the name I used to call her. I used to call her Ken. You can piece things together. What? What? Yeah, shh. I'm not trying to dox her name on YouTube. I'm at least being respectful. Ari, no. Anyway. So I had this girl. So there was a girl who was bullying me named Ken. Basically, so the thing with V is she joined 1 year, and I was one of the first people my teacher, Miss T, introduced her to. At first, she did not like me, so she made other friends. But over time, when we found out we were going to the exact same middle school while I was in 5th grade, we became friends over that. So fast forward through 6th grade year, the bullying had gotten much, much worse from K, and through V, I became friends with E, J, A, J, E, J, and B. I was already friends with B, but I became better friends with her. And I was friends with K.A. as well through that connection with V. So, fast forward to the 7th grade year when things got a little bit... But through the 6th grade year, there was a rumor that was going around in that studio because back then I had very strong feelings and I just wanted to end everything. So I had made a mental list of people I wouldn't miss if I was gone. If I left the school, I made a mental list of people that I would not miss. I told my friend V about that. She didn't tell anyone. But somehow, this got spread to Ken, who then, while we were in hip-hop, was crowding me, getting in my space, and was being absolutely rude. So I told her to stop, and I said, maybe don't do what, and I don't remember exactly what she did, but I said, maybe don't do something like that. And she said, well, maybe don't make a list of people you want to kill. And she said, maybe don't make a list of people you want to end. And I screamed, what? I paused. The whole class heard me. Our teacher stopped the music. And that's when everything started to go downhill. So apparently the rumor was that I had a list of people that I wanted to end, which was not true. I had a list of people that I wouldn't miss if I was gone. That rumor lasted, and then it was gone. So fast forward to 7th grade, when I met all my amazing friends who actually care about my well-being. So back in 6th grade, I mentioned that I wanted to end my life because because of all the constant bullying. And now fast forward to 7th grade, where I meet all my friends, and I'm with V. V had moved away, and she could not go to the school anymore, but we were still friends. We just weren't hanging out as much, and we weren't as close together as we used to be. So basically what was going on was the bullying was getting worse, and the rumor had died down, and it had died down for about a year before it resurfaced, and I will tell you when it resurfaced. But basically, I was with V. The bullying was getting so bad, I would come home crying in my bed at night, late at night, crying myself to sleep. Couldn't sleep, could barely sleep. Like, every night was torture. Every night was torture. I'm so sorry it's so loud. But every night was torture. And I couldn't take it. So my mom started having meetings with the team director, who said that they would fix things, but they did not fix things. They said that they would keep me and her apart, but then they put me and her next to each other in every single dance I was in, which I was in a lot, and she was in all of my classes. So I was stuck next to her in nearly every single thing I did. My teachers made sure to not partner us up, but that still didn't help the fact that we were close enough to each other for her to be rude. So eventually things were said. So during our dress rehearsal, during our practice before competition season had started, we do this thing where we go through a dress rehearsal. In our costumes, we dance. So at that dress rehearsal, Ken's mom, who we're going to call K.I. We're going to call her K.I. Ken's mom, K.I., decided to tell this team director that I called her daughter fat. I did not. I never spoke to her daughter. She made that lie up to make me look like the villain, even though I was the victim of a bully. Now, I will say this. K.I. was mentally abusing her daughter. She was manipulating her. So basically what one of my friends told me was that K.I. would always go to her daughter and says, who nails all their turns every time and who's absolutely perfect? And Ken would say, me, my name, I'm far from perfect. And then K.I. would say, and who messes everything up and who falls out of their turns all the time? Ken then said, me. Kay then said herself. Which, that doesn't happen. I don't like Ken, but she did not deserve the mental abuse that she was getting from her mother. So, fast forward, my parents bought me a scrunchie with a recording device in it for my own safety, so they couldn't make up lies about me. Okay, so the scrunchie was picking up everything that was been said around me, everything that I said. Okay, so during that year, the rumor of me having a list resurfaced. So there's the Secret Sister thing that the team does, where we get assigned to a person and we give them gifts at every competition. My sister, we're going to call her L. So there was a rumor that was going around most likely from my friend V and her mom, who had been told about this by K.I., Ken's mom, and decided to tell her daughter B, and then her daughter B told her sister Z. Z then spread it around her age division until this one girl, and while they were watching us dance, they were spreading it around, and people were looking at me weird, and I was wondering. So when it was my turn to dance again, because we were running through rounds of each other's dancing, this girl, I'm going to call her K-A-Y. She came up to me and asked me, wanting to know if it was actually true or not, which it wasn't. She was absolutely an angel for that, and I love her so much for asking before jumping to conclusions. I told her no, it was not true. Then this girl, I have no idea who her name is, at the next competition, decided to, while my mom had the meeting, they pulled on the teachers pulled on a witness, and one of them was this girl who was friends with Z, who made up a lie listing people's names that was on it, saying I explicitly took out the list and showed it to her. One, I never had a list. The only papers I had were for an object show me and my friends were working on that we eventually scrapped later on, and because we just forgot about it. Those were the only papers I had. I never had a specific list. She said that one of the names on that list was my secret sister, Elle. I love Elle. Elle is absolutely an amazing person, and I love her very much. I wouldn't put anyone there. And even if I were to make a list, I wouldn't put anyone on it. I'd put myself on it. I wouldn't put any of my friends on it. I'd just put myself. So we then had to show the team directors the evidence that we had of the recording to show that I never did that. They were mad that we kept it a secret from them, but even if we asked them for permission, they still would have said no, and we would have done it anyway. They then went to the studio owner, who was completely separate from the dance team. You have to take classes at the studio to be on the team. The studio owner then banned me from their property. So I'm not allowed to set foot anywhere near their property, on any property that they have. I was banned. Thus, I was kicked off the team. The directors told my parents that they wouldn't tell anyone about the scrunchie. Then 2 weeks later, my friend V's mom, we're gonna call her M, who was an absolute angel, texted my mother saying that they told everyone about the scrunchie, and that she said me personally, I would have liked to hear what you caught on it. But then I texted V, and she didn't respond for a while. They then had nationals without me, and V told me that the trio that I was in got a good score, and then she deleted the text right after while I was at my grandparents'. So I texted her and said, why aren't you responding? She said, I don't know if I can trust you anymore after what happened. She said, I would have gladly stuck up for you, but instead you lied to me. One, I had to lie to her. So this is where the song I wrote called No Choice came in, because I was feeling so strongly. So V was a very on and off type of friend. She was nice to me at sometimes and ignored me others. So if that's not a fake friend, I don't know what is. But there's your explanation. I'm much happier now at my new studio with my new friends, and I'm living my best life. No longer want to myself. So, yeah. There's your explanation. Bye.